Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sandbox. What day is it? Monday stream. That's right. Normally, Panda would be streaming right now, but it is me, Kamisazi, aka Alex Flores, filling in for Panda Pops, doing a VoxEdit stream. Not something I usually do. So we're kind of doing this on the fly. I'm almost done judging the future Game Jam. Not to be confused with the retro Game Jam, which is the one that people are currently building for. But the future Game Jam, I'm almost done judging. I think I've got like 4 or 5 experiences left before I am all done with that. Writing some feedback. There's some really good games in this Game Jam. Some that I would like to just keep playing. Like, forget all the other games I have to play. Just I'm gonna play these some more. But no, I limit myself. And I play them all fairly and equally. Want to say hi to everybody in the chat here. I see Ixura. How are you doing, Ixura? Lula Love, Nikita, Yeoman, and Vichiguma. How is everybody doing this Monday? I'm not used to streaming on Mondays. It feels weird saying that word. Monday. All right, so for you early birds, I'm dropping a giveaway form right now. So fill that out quickly because we're gonna roll the giveaway soon. For those of you who are here early, and I've got like something in my eye. It's driving me nuts. All right. I was gonna wear a Santa hat, and I can't find mine. I have one that fits my ginormous head, and I'm not sure where it went. So I figured I'd go with purple. It looks kind of blue, but I think it's because of the green screen stuff. Purple to go with the purple on my CyberKong's sweater. Thanks for the stream. It's moral support for continuing to build for the Retro Game Jam. Glad to hear that, Vichiguma. Excited to see what you build in that. Actually, I played your game already, I think. Which one was that? Vichiguma. Which game was yours? Feral Firewall. That one was really cool. I can't share anything about scores or stuff yet. Actually, I like the judging is still ongoing, so like scores aren't final anyway. But that was a really cool experience. It reminded me a lot of like Aladdin on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. They're very different. The games were developed by different companies at the same time for Sega and for Genesis, or Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. But they kind of had a similar platforming vibe to them, and your game reminded me a lot of that, and I thought that was pretty cool. All right. I'm not going to get too sidetracked talking about that. So let's get that giveaway form filled out. I see only 5 responses so far. I'm going to share it in the chat one more time. How's it going, Ardox Obeys? I'm not sure how to say that. Pormis Golartius? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. How's it going? Bioral? There's a lot of 1s and 0s. I'm assuming those are I's and O's. Maybe. B10R1111. Something like that. Alright. Oh, and I need to have the actual Twitch chat up, not from Restream. Otherwise, I can't see when we're going into an ad break. I wasn't like fully prepared. Panda did give me plenty of notice, but I was like busy doing other things, and then so I just like very last minute got ready here. Let's see. Pop out chat. There it is. Now I can see what is going on from there. Yo, Wizzies! Hey, KG. How's it going? Finally have light? What does that mean? Like, are you living in the northern circle? You up above the North Pole there, or the Arctic Circle? Has it been super dark for days? Power on. Oh, that's right. I forgot you had a power outage. That was like days ago. How long did it take to get your power back? That's crazy. Hope your power stays on. I know here, if we lost power, I'd probably be dead by now because it's been like way below freezing for days now. We had a good bit of snow yesterday. Not a whole lot, just a couple inches, a few centimeters, depending on where you live in the world. But it is currently 24 degrees in Fahrenheit, which is below freezing. Hey Siri, what's 24 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius? She didn't listen. Oh.
Could you try again?
My phone picked it up instead of my watch. Gotta love it. It's like it's supposed to like sense when you put it up to your mouth, and then like my phone from across the desk is like, were you talking to me? 24 Fahrenheit to Celsius. -4 degrees, 4.5 degrees Celsius is cold. And it was like negative, I think 6 or 7 Celsius earlier this morning, like when I first woke up. Very cold outside. All right. So, what are we doing for the giveaway? What am I even giving away here? Do I have any Santa items left? What have I got for Santa stuff on my OpenSea? Anything good? Why is the search not working? There we go. Let's see. I only have one of each of these things. I do. You know what? Let's give away a Santa Wizzy because I got 23, which is more Santa Wizzies than I need. 23 Santa Wizzies is too many Santa Wizzies for me alone. So let's give away a Santa Wizzy. We haven't given away one of those in a long time. If you're interested in getting some Santa stuff, I do have these listed for sale on the Sandbox page. I don't usually shill my stuff. I'm not like, you know, just if you're interested, I'm not gonna like push it on you. I would much rather you save the sand and buy an avatar. Because I might actually use this as a prize item in an upcoming avatar exclusive event. We'll see. I've only got 5 of these left though. So if you really want one, scoop it up. It's animated and everything. Oh, not that one. This one. This was the original book, I think, right? I'm trying to remember if this was the first one I made. I think this was the first one. And then I made a bunch of other books kind of inspired by that. Actually, no, wait, it's on the intro screen, right? That's the first one. The purple. Purple was the first one. All right, so we're gonna give away a Santa Wizzy though. So fill out that form. I'm gonna put it in the chat one more time. If you're over on Twitter, I've got too many things to juggle solo right now. So if you are on Twitter, just jump over to twitch.tv/thesandboxgame or youtube.com/sandbox.game and grab that. And oh, the link didn't even work correctly on Twitter for the asset. You have to copy and paste that in your URL bar because it has an apostrophe. Thank you, Blue Tulip, or you can do that. Blue Tulip's link is good. Takes you to the exact same place. Just Twitch does not like it when they've got an asterisk in the, not asterisk, what is that? Apostrophe. An apostrophe in the link. It goes, no, I don't understand. Iroxobase says, last 2 weeks, power on and off more often, 5 to 7 hours without power, 2 to 4 powers on every day. Good grief. That sounds terrible. Usually we don't usually get power outages where I am. It's happened a couple times. It's happened a couple times while I've been streaming. Usually when it's really hot in summer and everybody's using their air conditioners at the same time, and then the power grid just kind of goes, and it like shrugs, and there's what's called a rolling brownout where like the lights fade but they don't go all the way out. And sometimes that's just enough to make computers turn off. Sometimes the computers stay on through that. It kind of depends on what your setup is and how severe it is. That's usually the only time that we get power outages. Or sometimes we get like hurricanes, and those can knock out the power for not usually more than a day, but sometimes. It depends on how many branches fall on the power lines. Hey, Play Game for Fun. How's it going? Make sure you fill out that giveaway form in the chat. We are giving away a Santa Wizzy today.
Hey, Lambda!
All right. So, along with the festive theme, I decided that I'm going to make a sort of a backpack item. We are going to do a sack of gifts for Santa Wizzy, and this is going to be an airdrop item for all avatar holders. So if you, not all Wizzy avatar holders. I don't have enough catalysts to do all avatar holders in the sandbox. So if you want to get what we're building today and you haven't already, you need to go to mint.wizzyverse.com, and that will be your ticket to get the thing that we're building right now. That's going to be for all Wizzyverse holders, a little Christmas gift. Our first airdrop for Wizzyverse holders, first of hopefully many, many, many over the years to come. And I am working on a Christmas themed experience. I'm hoping to have it done like a week before Christmas. I am running out of time. There's a lot going on, but I'm hoping to have this this Christmas experience ready to do like a leaderboard event for avatar holders specifically, because the Wizzy avatars do not work yet. I need to get a status update from Samboy. But because there's been some delays on the avatars launching in the sandbox, it's unfortunately nothing that I can help with. It's all on the sandbox engineers end. They have the files from me, but they've got other tasks to do too. So hopefully we can run around as our Wizzies in the sandbox this week, but I can't make any promises on that. I thought it was going to be like launch day or the day after, but there's some delays. So because of that, the item that we're making now is going to get airdropped to current Wizzy holders. I'll probably mint a few extra, and maybe put them on the marketplace for people who want to join in this event late, like as not avatar holders. Either that, or why is somebody from South Carolina calling me? What? Hush you. Leave me a voicemail if it's important. So I might mint a few extra, not to put on the marketplace, but to send to avatar holders who maybe mint before Christmas. But within a limit. So all avatar holders will get the item that we're about to make, and that will be the token gating item in the game, since I can't do it on the avatars until the avatars are working in game. So I think the game will be open to everybody to play, but there will be the token gating item will affect the leaderboard, your ability to be on the leaderboard, or like some sort of bonus. I'm still working on exactly what the logic is going to be. So without revealing too much about that, we're going to build what the item is. But make sure that you get in the giveaway, since Santa Wizzy is a not very common item for us to give away anymore. But I still have a few that we can do. Also, if you are an avatar holder, I'm working on a tool that will let people download their VoxEdit files for their Wizzy avatar. There's still some things that I have to figure out. exactly how to get that working correctly. But if you want to use your Wizzy avatar in anything you're building in the sandbox or other projects, and you want either the GLTF file or the VoxEdit file, just make a ticket on the Wizzyverse Discord, discord.gg/Wizzyverse. If you go to that Mint page, you can find the Discord link from the website. Just make a ticket on the Discord, and I will get you the files for your avatars. Just let me know. And then, yeah, you can upload them. Just please don't mint them, because I feel like that would devalue them. And eventually, maybe the sandbox might unlock the ability to use avatars as an NPC asset. I know it's technically possible. It's a matter of rules, like, you know, what their agreements are with various projects. So, you know, I'm hoping that gets unlocked, and then it'll be really easy for you to use the avatar files. But if that doesn't happen, you can just upload your VoxEdit file. Just don't mint it, because then your one of one's not really a one of one anymore. Hey, Byverson, how's it going? And Ian the IT guy, hello to all. Was Longhorn time since last stream? Do you just mean it was a long time since the last stream? What is a Longhorn time? I'm at work. How are you? I am good. Good, just keeping busy with stuff. Polishing your retro game jam game. Awesome. I've seen what Byverson's cooking for the retro game jam, and it's pretty cool. Just a warning to everybody. I'm not going to say more than that. All right. We do have an ad break coming up in 4 minutes, but I think we can get started here. Now, I was silly, and I made a VXR that actually doesn't... We need to work from a template. I don't know what I was doing here. And actually, can I make these icons bigger? Everything is so tiny. Settings, preferences. Can I zoom? Icon size, huge. Let's go with that. That just made those bigger. Didn't really make the text bigger. My screen is so large that I'm afraid, like, on stream, you're not going to be able to see much, but we'll do that. All right, templates. Let's make a backpack item. And I'm going to share that giveaway form in the chat one last time, and then we're going to close it up, and I'll run it during the ad break. There's the form, giving away Santa Wizzy. All right, let's see here. Chest piece. There we go. All right, we do not need the belt. And we do not need the chest. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave... It doesn't really matter, but I think we'll have a coming across the chest with a strap. So I think we'll leave that there for the moment. And where is the rest of my panels? I need to reset my panel view. There we go. Now I can see all the things. Make these a little bigger. Whoop. Didn't do it. Snap the panel. Come on. User error. I was grabbing the wrong part of the panel. There we go. Now I can see everything that I need to. Let's get the pallets in here, I think. I need to grab the Wizzy color palette. because I want to match the brown leather color that we have. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little poll in the chat. I need to decide on the color for the bag itself. Now I was thinking brown because it's easy, but you know, it's a Santa item, so maybe it's green or red. Let's do. Can I do slash poll? There we go. Ooh. What color is the bag? And we'll do red, green, brown. And we'll start the poll. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, Go West. How's it going? We've got an ad starting in like 20 seconds, plus the random time that Twitch adds to it. So I'm just kind of getting set up here as we wait for that to happen. And let's see. We're going to replace default palette with the Wizzy palette here. And hopefully that changes it across our other items here. Go. No. Greed equals green plus red. Did I write greed? I don't think I wrote greed, did I? Dark purple? Nah, I want it to match the other Wizzy items. So Wizzy's got Santa Wizzy's got green gloves and a red suit. So we're kind of going to go with that vibe. Could also be brown, like the leather. White is a possibility, but I feel like white would just be too bright. There's going to be some white accents to it. I did a little sketch of how I want this to look. So we've only got a couple votes in there so far. So make sure you put your vote in the poll on the Twitch chat, and let me know which color you want to see. Let's see. Now the way that these palette things work has always like eluded me. I feel like I never quite got the hang of it, and then I haven't needed to do a lot of work that's required a shared palette, so I just kind of ignored it this whole time. And now I feel like I'm lost and I don't know how to do it. I always do that. And then just duplicate off of the item endlessly. How's it going, Garnikin? Artist kindness is blue. I don't know what that means. Artist kindness? Oh, escape room artist. So the restream chat box like put a break, like carriage break in your name. So it said escape room, and then artist was on the next line. So it just said artist kindness is blue. I was like, what is artist kindness? But no, it was half of your name. And I think I just said hi to Garnikin, but hi if I didn't say it. And hi, Jazz Wolf. Going all right? How are you? I am doing well. I'm like, we're already like 30 minutes in, and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing because it's a Monday, and like the caffeine hasn't hit yet. Jazz Wolf votes for purple. Well, we had 2 votes for purple, even though purple wasn't in the poll. Red won with a 56% majority. Green and brown each got 22% of the vote. So I'd say it is definitely decided to be red. And I did say that that we were going to close up that form for a Santa Wizzy giveaway. Maybe we'll do another one at the end of the show. So I'm gonna hit close on accepting responses. And let's see, let's do random number generator. It is a roll between 2 and 17. Generate 13. That is Escape Room Artist. Congratulations, Escape Room Artist. You just won a Santa Wizzy. We'll do another giveaway later at the end of the show. All right, so there's other stuff Panda wanted me to tell you all about since she's not here today. Now you already probably know about the Season Greetings event because Panda and I played it just the other day. But in case you didn't know, Season's Greetings event is going on right now. We are now on day 15, so you can play up to the 15th. It looks like the 10 cleared, so we noticed while we were live on stream, we played through to 10 and it didn't check off, but it now is there. So sometimes it just takes some time for it to show up. You do have till the end of the month after the 24th to make sure that all those boxes are cleared. So if you say on the 26th, on Boxing Day, if you made sure that you got through all these things and just one of the doors is not clearing, put in a ticket. But I would maybe like wait 24 hours just to make sure that it's not just the system being a little bit slow. But don't wait past the 31st because then the event is done. So that is the Season Greetings event. And make sure that you pick up the Advent Calendar NFT that you need in order to participate. I really think it's worth it. For 20 sand, which this says is 2.4 US dollars. I don't know if that updates with the current exchange rate. I'm not sure what the exact value is right now. But 20 sand is not a lot of sand. And not only do you get 24 NFTs, but one of them is an avatar and another is a full equipment set. So you get a whole gingerbread. Is it gingerbread? I feel like Panda showed me what it was. There's a Santa sack right here, but we're gonna make ours magical. I'm not trying to compete with the official one. This is to go with the Wizzies. Let's see. I don't know if it shows somewhere what the equipment set is, but it should be somewhere. Maybe I already unlocked it. I see boots, and it looks like is it like a waffle sword? Does it tell me what it is? I don't know yet. You can probably look it up on the marketplace. But you can see that there's a variety of equipment going on here. So there's all sorts of cool stuff in this pack. And I think for 20 sand, you get a lot of different neat things. Look at this little dancing guy. I'm going to have to use some of these in the experience I'm working on. All right. And there was one more thing that Panda wanted me to let you all know about, and it is the festive season VoxEdit contest. I'm going to share that link in the chat real quick. Do we know who the artist is who did the full equipment? I assume K. That would be my first guess, although there are multiple artists totally capable of doing full equipment sets in the list of artists that's on the event page. So I'm not sure who did what yet. I'm guessing that if we look up the items, we'll be able to find out who made what. Escape Room Artist says, I'm back. Work Network not playing nice. Escape Room Artist, did you know that you won the giveaway? Because you did. You won a Santa Wizzy. You might not have been... you might have not seen. That eyelash or whatever is still in my eye. It's driving me bonkers. Alright, so festive season VoxEdit contest. Across many countries, it is a season of cozy fires, hot cocoa, snow, and more. For this VoxEdit contest, we want you to create festive or winter-themed assets. Feel free to think outside the box. Maybe you are in Australia and want to create a jolly Saint Nick on the beach, a happy festive snowman, wreaths, or a toy product line with elves. Unleash your creativity this festive season. Pool of 5,450 sand will be split among the top entries in the following ways. First, 1,000 sand. Second, 900. Third, 700. Fourth, 350. And 5th through 10th, each get 200 sand. 100 common catalysts and 100 uncommon catalysts is first place prize. Second place, 100 common, 100 uncommon. Third place, 100 common, 50 uncommon. Fourth place, 50 common. And 5th through 10th is 50 common catalysts. 11th through 15th place, each receive 50 sand plus 10 common catalysts. Participation prize, 10 sand each. Toy Builder will be awarded to a winner outside the top 15. Oh, wait. I think I'm reading the wrong. The asterisks are weird here. So, Toy Builder to an entry that creates an amazing toy-based asset, 25 sand. Sand prizes will now be sent on the Polygon Network. Participation prize limited to the first 100 valid submissions outside of the top winners. So you don't get an additional 10 if you're in the top winners here, first through 15th. And it does need to be a valid submission, so, put a little bit of effort into it. Even if you don't win a prize with 10 sand, you could still pick up a couple catalysts, mint it, sell it on the marketplace. Use it for yourself, whatever you want to do. And important KYC is needed to receive sand prizes. Make sure you are verified prior to the submission deadline. Submissions open December 12th. Deadline is December 31st. Results announced January 17th. How to submit your entry: create a GIF of your fully animated asset. We recommend using Gyazo. You could also use something like Light Tracer or Blender, whatever. Obviously, the Light Tracer is not a free software, and Blender is a very advanced for advanced users. So do what's at your skill level. But Gyazo is very nice for taking animated GIF screenshots, basically. Optional: tweet your asset GIF mentioning at VoxEdit at the Sandbox Game on Twitter. Make sure to include VoxEdit contest hashtags in your tweet. To finalize your submission, please fill out the following Google form. That is very important. I don't know about the VoxEdit competitions, but almost every game jam, I see game jam entries in the Game Maker gallery that are not on the sheet of contestants, because somebody posted it to the gallery but did not fill out the form before the deadline. So very important that you get your submissions actually submitted that way. And then all the other rules, judging criteria, all that stuff. But you can read that on your own. Go West says, should make that tweet a bonus point rather than optional to promote more, and ask they include the link of the VoxEdit contest. That's an interesting idea. So I don't know. I don't know if they'd want to go for that, but you can certainly, I would say, send that to Panda, because Panda can talk to the right people to see if they want that to be part of the criteria. I think that's not a bad idea. Hey, Sir Elkin, how's it going? All right, we got some work to do, and not a lot of time to do it in. So let's get cooking here. All right, now we need to make this significantly larger. So we're gonna use our volume resizer here and make it a good bit larger. We don't want to make it too low down, because if you sit down with it on your back, I don't want it like clipping through the floor too much. Make it a little bit like right at the butt, and definitely wider. Did you know that if you hold shift, it goes evenly on both sides? This is something I discovered while working on the Wizzy avatars. I never really needed to scale volumes that much before like that. So I discovered that. I don't think it's documented anywhere. Like, it's not, it doesn't say in the tooltip. Giveaway closed. Sir Alkin, we were doing another giveaway at the end of the stream, but that was the early bird giveaway at the start. Because I'm feeling in a given mood. It's that time of year. I mean, if you know me at any time of year. The giveaway time of year. All right, and let's make this evenly scaled here. So we're just gonna like this, and it was red that won, I believe. So we're gonna go and make this the right shade. And I like working with the lines on so I can actually see. You know, what's funny is I've actually been working in an older version of VoxEdit mostly. And so I'm not used to how like thin these lines are, but you can change the color of them. With, is it this one? Grid, voxel edges, here we go. So we can make this like white or black. White actually stands out nicely from the background here. I wish you could change the thickness of it though. I don't think there's an option to here. Mood looks good on you. I mean, it's it is my general vibe here. You know, little holly jolly giveaways. All right. So we got to make this bag. And let's get it up to just below the neck. And width a little bit wider than the shoulders. I want you to kind of be able to see it from the front, actually. And then we're going to kind of round things off here. That's distracting. Ooh. And you know what I should have done is I should have made this the actual volume size like that. Did I close my palette? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Let's get that back. There we go. Let's see. Will this work if I do it this way? Yeah, sort of. I did it the slow way. Now I'm going to do it. Whoa. Except I need to turn that on. There we go. Now it's got kind of an even roundness. We're going to do some things to like make it less symmetrical, but we're starting with a symmetrical layout here. And we're going to round the bottom. All right. I think I'm happy with that. I'll probably add a little bit of lumpiness to the bottom, but we're gonna expand it. You're gonna run out of faces? Forget the limit. I don't care anymore. What are we at for faces? Shouldn't be that high actually at this point. Let's see. We're at 774 faces, and this is about as detailed as this part's gonna get. We're gonna like modify exactly where these parts, like where these go, so it's not so perfectly rounded. But it will not increase the faces too much. Interesting. Quad edges doesn't even work anymore. I haven't clicked that in forever because it kind of, quad edges always kind of lied. It made up some information that wasn't accurate for the final mesh. Face limits are annoying. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, even going back to like 2020, I saw some ridiculously high face count items that did not impact performance at all. It kind of has more to do with like the number of animated assets that you have at once, more than the actual face count. The concept of the face limits was mostly to help with mobile, which, as you know, has not really been a factor yet. So I'm not too extremely worried about it. And plus, like, this will probably end up being like maybe 1,500 faces. Not that big of a deal. But this is all just part of my working process. I'm going to do things later on that we're going to adjust back and forth in the 30 minutes that we have left. All right, so we need to give this thing some depth. So, I did not switch to eraser. Okay, there's that. And I think we'll make the top have, white fluffiness to it. If I can remember which. I think these were my fluff. I'm trying to match it to what Santa Wizzy's actual colors are, and sometimes I have to go back and reopen Magic of Voxel because I have my notes in Magic of Voxel about what the actual colors are. So this is the Wizzy cube. It's all the colors just randomly in there. But if I open up this little arrow here, you can see the list of what the colors are actually for. And I think, yeah, it was candy, the candy cane colors right behind my head where you can't see them. Right there, red and green candy canes, and then the white that I used for the furs right after those. So we've got the red and green candy canes, and then it's these three that I use for the fur. So we're gonna go ahead and add that. And I might actually, I'll make it a little bit 3D. So we're gonna expand the volume a little bit more. Go 26 and 22. And of course it didn't center it when I did that. So we're gonna undo that. This is actually why I really like the volume resizer, because it lets you keep items in the same position centered. There we go. And then we're going to add to the volume here. And we're going to let it fluff out a bit. Actually, I don't want to do this with the symmetry on. All right. Got a nice little fluffy edge there. And I do actually want the inside of this too. Let's see, what's the fastest way to do this? We do this. And then we can just put the white back on top. There we go. All right. Looking nice and festive. We can turn off the outlines if we ever want to see what it's looking like. Is my shading off? Where's my lights? My lights are off, no wonder. Oh, no, they are on. Why can't I see any shadows? There we go. I had high quality off for some reason. A lot clearer what's going on now. Ghost over on YouTube asks, is it possible to make circles in the sandbox? So, yes, but not in an efficient way. Now, if we go to the rigging tool, we can always, you know, any circle that you see in 3D graphics is typically made with a whole bunch of triangles or rectangles. Don't come at me if you know more than what I'm talking about. I'm trying to keep the definition simple. So typically a circle is going to be made up of a whole bunch of extra faces to get it approximately round. So you go from like square to octagon to 20-sided to 50-sided. However, the number of sides is going to determine like how detailed the final circle is, or sphere, or whatever rounded item you're making. So we can do that with cubes. Everything in the sandbox is made with voxels. Everything's made with cubes. And we can keep on putting more cubes around in a circle until eventually it is rounded. But that can be very inefficient. So I try to keep things blocky when it makes sense. And sometimes my designs are very blocky. But other times I kind of go all out. I'm trying to think what was, it was uniquely, I think was the name of the asset. I made this forever ago, but it's got a bunch of rings on it. But if you look closely, they're actually a bunch of sides to them. Here it is. Uniquely monument. So, you know, it looks like a circle, but it's actually, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 40, I think, segments. And you can, it's a little more obvious with the smaller ones because all these segments are the same size. So yeah, you can make rounded things. But it depends on how detailed you want to get. And because these were so rounded, you know, I made everything else super boxy. It's just a bunch of cubes on the outside here, just to keep the total face count down. This is actually probably an example of what not to do, because these are all animated. So it's probably a very like processing inefficient asset, but it looks cool. And you know, when you put it in the game, it's not like the game crashes or lags or anything like that. It's not because of that specifically. So that's why sometimes I say, you know what? Break the rules. It's fine. It's art. You're supposed to break the rules. Just, you know, do it with good reason. The thing to not do, and I asked that this get removed forever ago, and it never got removed, but there is a sphere tool. You do stuff like that. This is like the most inefficient way because like every single one of these becomes 2 triangles. Each one of these squares becomes 2 triangles. And very quickly your face count balloons up huge. So I don't build circles or spheres that way in the sandbox. Looks like the Death Star. Yeah. So I mean, and typically stuff like this, I'll hand carve it, especially since I am trying to like give it a bespoke sort of look. All right, what time is it? It's 2:08. So we still, you know, I started a little bit late, so we'll go to like another like 40 minutes. Let's see. So in my sketch, I actually made like a hand paper sketch. When Panda asked me about doing the stream, I was like, you know what? I need to come up with an idea real fast. So I did just a quick little like 5-minute sketch in ink. So we're doing something like that. So I want to kind of like crunch it in on the sides a little bit, as if there's like a string going around it. But I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually model the string. So here's where we will use, I think the green. I think the green will work best. So we're going to duplicate this model, and we're going to call this, oh, I forgot to rename it. Rename. Rope. And VoxEdit freaked out for a second there. Let's make this, say, 6 by 2 by 2. We might adjust this size. And we're going to use the green from the gloves of Santa. And that. And we're going to just do a little rope pattern here. And you know what? I should make it loopable. So we're actually going to go 7. This way we don't get Z fighting on the edges. And I already don't like this texture. I want it to look kind of like a rope, so we need like a little zigzag pattern going on. So this is the middle tone. There we go. That's kind of what I was thinking. So we need one more. So this will loop to that. You know what? We'll do... You get to see this is the sausage getting made. This is the decision-making process where I like second guess. I almost said double guess. I don't think that's a word or a phrase. Second guess what my idea was. And then we'll do that way, yeah. Or can I make it loop all the way around? You know, I'll keep it like this just for the sake of looping it. People aren't going to be able to see this all the way around anyway. Because it's going to be up against the bag. It's ropey enough. And we're gonna... What side do we want the pivot on? I was thinking center, but it's actually easier to make a looping object if we put it to one end. So let's put it to that. So we're gonna start it on one side and then it's gonna snake around and we'll have all the ends connected. And it's good. All right, and now we need to attach it to something. So we are going to create a child node, and we're going to call it rope 1-1. Because I think I'm going to need a second one. And we're going to attach it. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. I already made the node. What do you want from me? There we go. Now here's a little bit of difficulty is that the chest is in the way of what I actually want to make. So we're gonna have to do a little guesswork here on the positioning because you can't really see through that. I actually referenced my sketch. It's funny, like, how much I don't usually sketch out what I'm gonna make, because I've just gotten used to just making it. Let's see. So we're gonna angle it a little bit. And it's going to come down around the bag. So we're going to go like this and move it up a little bit and kind of rotate it in. So it's going to start hugging the edge of the bag. Oh, we gotta rotate it this way as well. All right, it's okay if it clips into the bag a little bit because we're actually going to pull some of these voxels back anyway. All right, and now we can duplicate the node. And we're gonna attach it. And we're gonna reset the position on it. And peel it out here. And from here, we can rotate. Okay, we're getting a little bit of Z fighting, but that's okay because we're gonna angle this downward. Yeah, it's gonna go a little bit further down, and then we're gonna dangle some bells off of this when we're done positioning. All right, and now we can duplicate the node again. And now when we attach this one to its parent, you see it's already in position here, so we just have to rotate it. And a slight position adjustment. Okay, doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. We're not building a real-life space shuttle here. What are you making anyways? Is it possible to import textures you edited with Photoshop into VoxEdit? So, we're making a Santa sack. It's going to be filled with gifts. Now, as far as getting things from Photoshop into here, I made a tutorial years ago, and most of it I still think is applicable. Let's see. I haven't uploaded a video to my YouTube in quite a while. I did one 5 months ago, and then a bunch of stuff's happened since then, so. Let's see. VoxEdit tutorials. I swore that I had one for this. Six years ago. Good grief. Maybe I got rid of these tutorials, or they might be on the Sandbox channel. I don't know why I would have hidden this one in particular, because I don't think that much changed. Let's check VoxEdit tutorials. I think it might be on the Sandbox official channel. Playlists. Let's see, VoxEdit. Asset creation tutorials in VoxEdit.
Facing a simple interactive check.
I don't see it there either. I really don't know why this, why I would have, removed this particular video. Wait, are you voxelized? Yeah. I mean, yes, technically, that's just the name of the channel. That was never, my name. For all the Discord questers, there is a cat quest on Discord. What does that mean? Panda grew a goatee. This is the YouTube video that started. Hey, not Jackie Chan, how's it going? Gosh, I really wish I knew where. You know what I can do? I'm sure I didn't delete the video. I may just need to log into that profile and see where the video went. YouTube Studio. Content. I might have removed it because VoxEdit has changed a lot. Learning VoxEdit. VoxEdit skills. Yeah, it says unlisted, which means it's not private. I'm not sure why this video's unlisted. I don't remember what my decision-making process was for this one being unlisted. But I showed how to pull sprite textures or tile map textures into Magic of Voxel if you have a PNG. And from Magic of Voxel, you can make a Vox file, which will load into VoxEdit. So VoxEdit doesn't have a way to load PNGs directly. But if you use Magic of Voxel in between, it works. So I'd bookmark this link because for some reason it's currently not listed on my channel. It used to be the main video that I would have people go to first. 98,000 views. Good grief. My channel wasn't monetized back then, so almost 100k views. Probably my most popular video ever. But yeah, this one will give you most of the tips. I specifically chose the free old like open source or something version of Sprite. So that way you don't have to use something like Photoshop, but you can use Photoshop to make the PNGs. So this video will give you what you need, hopefully, as far as getting textures into here. Let's see, 222. We'll give it another 10 minutes and we'll do another giveaway. Oh no, I pressed the wrong number. Gotta get the numbers right or else the asset won't work. It's not true. It's just the way it feels in my head. Yeah, I would actually not mind going back to doing voxel tutorials. The difficulty is like I have like enough things to do right now. Back before I became staff of the Sandbox, that was gonna be my thing. I was gonna have a YouTube channel that was like nothing but Magica voxel tutorials because there weren't really a lot of good tutorials back then. And honestly, I don't know if somebody has made a bunch of good ones since, just because I didn't need to look it up. I'd be curious to know like what's the market on that like now. Are there enough things out there for people to learn how to do what we do here? So I'd still like to do that kind of stuff, but it takes a lot of time and effort to build up a channel. And I already have work projects to like pay the bills now. So it's like I would have to take time from doing those things to build up a channel. So I just haven't gotten to that yet. We'll see how it goes. I guess if if I had to get like a normal day job, like working at some office or something like that, where I wasn't doing creative work anymore, I would probably start building up a YouTube channel again, because the Voxelize channel was going well for a long time, but I just couldn't. I didn't have time. I was too busy with Sandbox projects to like actually make more videos, so the channel kind of died out. Most of my views were coming from people using VoxEdit, and because my tutorial videos were linked in VoxEdit. All right, we're almost all the way around. So we can actually do to make this stuff easier to find, so we can actually delete the chest here. So if I open the folder, we go File, Open Asset Folder. And then we save and exit. I can go here and I can delete chest A. Or chest B. I guess chest A is not in there. I remember why we did that. So chest B has a bigger chest for reasons that begin with a B, and it was so that way when you're making equipment, you're designing with that size in mind. Because a lot of times people were making equipment and fitting it to chest A, and then they'd put it on a girl character, and like whatever straps were on the like backpack or whatever were like clipping in. Not Jackie Jan says, can I give a shout out to Crespit? They are making great Sandbox Game Maker tutorials on YouTube. Subscribe for good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I haven't had a chance. I recognize the name. I think they've popped into various things before, but I was not aware that they were making a bunch of videos, so I'll have to check those out. All right, we open this back up, and we can see that the chest is gone. Oh my gosh. And I think we're pretty close to connecting these up. It looks like it should line up. Not too bad for first try. Look at that. My aim is impeccable. I do think I get lucky sometimes. Like I when I just don't measure, I have good luck with things just kind of lining up where I want them to be. Eyeballing it. Hey, El Kaziro, how's it going? All right, so now that we've got that going around, we can go back in here. We're going to trim down the edges here a little bit, so that way it doesn't clip in. All right, so we got a little bit of unevenness that's naturally formed from the way I've carved in here. But we do want to take a little bit off of here as well. This is kind of just the sculpting process, making a little bit of unevenness. I do kind of want it to be, because the way it's going to angle, I do want it to be kind of weighted more on this side, like it's sloping in here. Ghost says, my senior told me it's possible to make cutscenes in the sandbox. Is this true? So it's yes, but it's not the same as like other game engines. So there's not like a cutscene mechanic that like pauses the game and lets you either play a video or do something with this in-game scenery. It's basically the same process to have any sort of NPC interaction to make a cutscene. You're just forcing the player to be in certain positions at the right time. So you have to there's certain ways you can like teleport a player to like have them facing the correct direction, or with the newer versions, since version 12.0, there's the ray casting that is aligned to the camera, so you can actually sense when a player is looking at something, because you can have a ray pointing away from the camera, so as soon as it crosses over a specific item, you know they're looking in the correct direction. You can have a thing happen when they're looking at it. So it's more like cutscenes, like, say if you've played something like Skyrim, where it plays out in game. You can have NPCs that will say things back and forth to each other through speech bubbles, activating, one after the other. When one speech bubble goes, a timer sets off, gives time for the player to read that one, then the next one goes off. Or if you want it to not be so like you have to read it at the right time, if you want to have the player be able to kind of slow down and read everything or interact with the conversation, use the askers. And you can have the NPCs talking back and forth that way, or talking to the player. You can activate explosions, VFX, screen shaders, sounds, everything, all timed with what's happening in game. There are, in the latest season, there was an example of video cutscenes. So I believe it's a staff feature right now. There is a video streaming element, and with the screen camera orientation component, you can make a screen that takes up the full player view and play a video that no matter how they move the mouse around, it'll be in front of their eyes. So that's kind of a way to do cutscenes also, but that's not accessible to everybody yet. All right, so I was gonna have it more sloping this way, so we're gonna take a bit off here. We do have an ad starting, so after the ad, I'm gonna drop the next giveaway form, and we're gonna kind of wrap things up here. I'm very picky about the way angles line up, making sure that for an organic curve, I don't have too many. See how these line up here? They're on the same layer. I don't like that happening too much. I do that. But then also I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so it looks too much like a stair step, although you can't see this one, but I can do that. And kind of disguises it. So it just feels more organic to me when things are not perfectly lined up. But it's also a lumpy bag full of presents, so it's okay if, you know, some of the boxiness comes through. Trying to make a horror game with one of my friends, and we decided to use the sandbox since it'll be easier to use. Any tips? Definitely use what I mentioned, that that ray casting, along with the align to player camera, to do like jump scares, or not necessarily jump scares, but anything you want to trigger that happens when the player looks at it. The direction a player is looking in is very important for horror games, in order to make sure that they're not missing the thing you're trying to scare them with. So I actually did a little not a tutorial, but I did a little demonstration video. Let's see if I can find it. So it was under the change log for 0.12, or maybe it was on the upgrade guide. Oh, well, that's not there. That's not there. Where'd it go? Version notes and change log. Here we go. Here we go. So I did this little setup here, just to show for the update how this works. So you can do a held item as a light, and then you can also do a ray cast, which is not like a visible light beam, but it's like I mean, you can make it be a visible laser, or you can hide the laser. For something like this, I'd hide the lasers, but you use it to sense when the player's view has crossed a certain object. So what I did here is there's an item, legs or a body, hiding. So it only goes up when the player's view crosses here. So when the invisible laser from the player's vision hits that, it goes, oh, now I'm going to move it up into the ceiling. And then same thing here with the doors. When the player gets close enough, because you can set the distance, when the player gets close enough to the doors, then the doors open up for the monster to appear. So using that ray casting to sense when the player has something in view, very important for giving good surprises, I would say. Make good use of the sound. There's a ton of sounds in the sandbox, and you can use directional hearing with it too. So if you want like creepy noises coming from behind a certain wall, or an enemy chasing the player, something like that, you can, make sure that you lean into the sound design, make it as spooky as possible. Yeah, play lots of horror games. I love playing horror games. Just play a horror game that you think is good, that you like, and make careful observation of like, what made this scary to me? Why was this spooky? And I think that's a good way to learn what will work for your game. If you're trying to make a game similar to that. Lumpy presents are the best. All right. I think this is sufficiently lumpy. All right, that ad break finished, and that's looking pretty good. So let's do another giveaway form. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do. I'll remember escape room artist. I'm gonna put them in my notes here, and I'm just gonna reset the same form that we used earlier. All right, form is reset, and it is now accepting responses. And here is the giveaway form. So we're giving away another Santa Wizzy. Go ahead and fill out that form. Doesn't matter if you've got a Santa Wizzy or not. I am giving one away today. We're giving a second one away today. Not Jackie Chan says giant floating Japanese ghost girl heads are kind of scary. I think that's scary because you don't expect something obscuring your full vision when you're running around a social hub with a bunch of other people, and all of a sudden there's a face and hands in your view, giant ones. But you know, that's a you thing. You know what I'm realizing as I look at this is that because nobody can see this, I might as well do this. And here. I think that makes more sense. So can we enter twice as early bird and late bird? Yes. I'm not going to exclude you just because you entered in the last one. Now, I'm not going to give 2 to escape room artists if it happens to land on them if they enter again. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine to join both. Oh, I just realized that's not going to make it loop. It's fine. I kind of liked it better before. Like I said, this is the creative process where like I experiment with something and then I don't like it, and so I want to go back. This is why I don't usually do VoxEdit on streams, because it's like nobody can know I don't get it perfect on the first try. Putting presents in the bag? Yeah, we'll get there. I don't know if we're gonna get there on stream today, but that will happen. Woo, gimbal lock. Yeah, that works better. All right. And we needed to texture this a little bit. So the problem with this texture is it's so faint, it's hard to see what you're doing. So what we can do is we can duplicate it and put it over something that we're not going to use, like this. And then we can make all these darker so we can actually see what we're doing. And then we just replace the swatch colors. Hey, Sir Alakin, how's it going? Looking cool? Thank you. Yeah, so these are going to be a brighter white color. We're just going to move these palette swatches back, but it's kind of hard to see them with how bright it is here. In game, it's a little bit darker. Well, it depends on the lighting. So that's the struggle with making 3D game assets, is that you can make them how you want in the editor, but the actual color that you see in game is going to change based on the lighting. Character will step in and out of shadows. There's all sorts of things in there. So these are kind of like tried and true colors. I've been using a lot of these swatches for a long time in the sandbox. And, you know, under certain lighting circumstances, they might look better, they might look worse, but they do work for what I'm trying to do most of the time. Now, I don't want this to look like it's checkered, though. So we don't apply it too much. Just sparse enough. Okay, and then we move this set of swatches back on top of here. And so now you can't really see them. Maybe if your screen contrast is high enough, you can kind of see the difference in the colors here. So just a nice little subtle little fluff that's going on. Now another thing that Santa Wizzy has is he's got these, he's got kind of like a curly thing going on with the bag. So we're gonna take a look at him real quick. We're gonna open. It says Wizzy de los Mortis, but that shouldn't be. Did I save over that accidentally? I might have accidentally saved over. Oh, okay. Well, he's a little incomplete here, but that's fine. So I actually use the darker color here and the lighter color as these little swirls on him. So that is 6E1314 and 5F1415. I'm not going to remember those numbers. Love the jumper. Hey! Panda and I, we could be matching for Christmas. Panda, are we going to match for the holiday show? %. All right. I will be wearing this for our... Is it Christmas Eve or Christmas Adam? We're doing it on Wednesday. Wish I purchased two. They were kind of expensive though. I mean, they're so nice. I mostly only wear them when we stream for holiday shows. That's how I make sure that this stays in good condition. It's got a little bit of pilling going on, not too much, but it's still so super soft. Yeah, because Adam came before Eve. Tuesday the 23rd. Okay, so it is Christmas Adam. I do still have access to the schedule. I just don't have it in front of me right now. And actually, we need to be wrapping stuff up because Panda said this show should be an hour and a half. So, how's that giveaway form going? We got some responses in. I'm going to give you all another 30 seconds to fill out the form if you haven't already. We are giving away a second Santa Wizzy right now. So hurry up and get that in there. All right, and I already forgot what the swatches were. I might even be able to copy them from right here. I just want to make sure I get the right matching colors. So if somebody has Santa Wizzy, the bag will match their costume. Let's see. Let's go back. Oh, did I miss a question from Ghost over on YouTube? Raycast behavior, you can add. Oh, not Jackie Chan, you're responding back to the question about my brain just lost it, about cutscenes. All right, let's try pasting this. Hey, it worked. Okay. I just want to double check which color's which. So 1314 should be this one. Yep. And then 1415. Oh, it's not used at all. Okay. 5F 1415. I think it ends up being like in between some of these colors. So Santa Wizzy's color palette is slightly unique from what a Wizzy the Red would be. And I do use the darker color than with the red highlights. You know what? I'm gonna have to double check against the official Santa Wizzy avatar, which is not minted yet, but I have the files for, because I may have the Archmages. I did make slight corrections and updates to them to make sure that they all kind of were cohesive with each other, and a few things that honestly, like mistakes that I didn't catch in them when making them. I think there's like, I think it's on Wizzy the Black, there's like, it's the underside of something, like on his hat or in his hair or something. It's something that you would never actually see unless you somehow got the camera like up under his hat, like looking in the brim. And there's like one, I think it's like one voxel of hair colors like on his hat or something. Super not noticeable. I didn't notice it while making it. And if you can find it, it's there. It's it's an NFT, it's minted. I can't change it now, but it is fixed on the avatar. Yes, and as Panda pointed out, we did talk about this at the beginning of the stream, that make sure that you get your advent calendar pass, only 20 sand to get 24 NFTs, including an avatar and full equipment set. Right. I'm going to close this giveaway form. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. It hurts. Let's see. And we've got our random number generator. We're going to go between 2 and 14. And generate. It's an 8, which is Red Lily Rose. Congratulations, Red Lily Rose. You just won Santa Wizzy. Not the avatar Santa Wizzy, but the NPC Santa Wizzy. You can put it in any game you want to make. All right. So, we got to wrap up this stream here just because we're running a bit late. And I will be finishing this off as soon as I'm done with the Game Jam, future Game Jam. So, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the show, what this is it's Santa Wizzy's sack full of toys. We're going to put some toys in here. There's going to be some bells and candy canes hanging off of it. They're gonna be a little bit animated. Maybe there'll be like a Jack in the Box or something. I don't know, I might do something a little crazy with it. But ultimately, this is going to be an airdrop for all Wizzy avatars holders. So if you go to mint.wizzyverse.com and mint to Wizzy if you have not already, before Saturday, this will be an airdrop to all current Wizzy avatar holders on Saturday. And if I find enough time, I'll also be releasing a holiday experience that will run from Saturday, as long as I can get everything working, from Saturday until the end of the month. Everybody will be able to play it, but only people with this sack will be able to compete on the leaderboard. Or they'll receive a significant boost on the leaderboard, depending on how exactly the logic works. And the prize for winning on the leaderboard will be Sandbox Wizzy's Book of Naughty and Nice. I can't remember the exact title. I showed it earlier. You have to scroll back in the stream to see it. It's on the marketplace. You find it. Santa Wizzy's List of Naughty and Nice, Book of Naughty and Nice, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called. So that will be the grand prize for that leaderboard event. I'm still trying to figure out the logic for it, but I actually kind of want it to be a team event. So there may be some additional prizes, but it's only if I can get certain things to work, and I don't have a lot of time to get it working. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you everybody who's minted a Wizzy so far. This is going to be in your wallet soon, along with the changes that I'm about to make. Santa Wizzy's Naughty Nice List. That's what I called it. It's Naughty and Nice List, but I think the and gets swallowed up in the link. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to see if there's anybody we can raid. Let's see. Is anybody online right now? You're welcome, Arduxobays. Thank you for hanging out with us. I see Mad Maddie streaming. Anybody want to go raid Mad Maddie? Or you got any other suggestions you'd like to go see? I'm always open to suggestions. Raid him. Okay, all right. All right, we can do that. Let's go raid Mad Maddie. Have a great start to your week, everybody. Oh, he's all up in festive gear too. He's looking like an elf right now. Like Buddy the Elf. All right. Have a great week. Have a good start to your holidays. I'll see you later.